Hi, I'm Emma from Barre Body. Today I would like to show you how to modify a sun salutation for pregnancy. Now you can see I am absolutely 100% pregnant. This is not a fake baby. I am 6.5 months pregnant, feeling fantastic, and just want to share with you how you can modify a sun salutation for pregnancy. So, one of the first thing we want to think about is making space for the baby. So rather than standing with our feet together, stand with our feet hip distance apart. The other thing we want to think about is continuing to activate our pelvic floor. So that idea of that sensation of stopping yourself from going to the toilet, but not quite so much. So drawing up through the pelvic floor. Think about contracting. If you contract as much as you can and then release off at least halfway. So it's about a 40 to 50% contraction, drawing up through the pelvic floor. What often happens in pregnancy is pregnant ladies like to do this. I know that in the early pregnancy, I certainly found myself doing it. I think it's partly because you want to say to everyone, hey, I'm pregnant, I haven't just eaten too many pies. But really, what you want to do is think about drawing your lower belly upward and inward. This is activating your transverse abdominis. Really important to keep these strong throughout pregnancy. Direct your tailbone to the floor. So we're not trying to flatten out our spine, but what we are trying to do is go from this overextension in the lumbar spine to a more neutral spine. So you can still have a nice curve, but we want to think about directing the tailbone to the floor. Pelvic floor, drawing in. And we haven't even started. So standing in Tadasana, arms by your side, feet hip distance apart, making plenty of space for the baby. We don't bring the feet together, feet hip distance apart. As you inhale, you reach the arms up, looking up to the thumbs. Exhale, taking a forward fold now. Now, depending on where you're at throughout your pregnancy, I'm going to show you a couple of different options here. So the first option, and this is probably earlier in your pregnancy, probably even earlier than I am, you can just bring the hands to the floor. If that's too much for you, you might even get a couple of blocks, and you might like to bring your hands onto blocks or even hands onto your shins. Or if you're at Barre Body, you can certainly bring your hands to the bar. So let's go again. Inhale, reaching the arms up, plenty of space for the baby. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale, we can still do that little half lift wherever you are, little half lift. Inhale, exhale, step back to your plank. Now, it really depends on how strong and fit you are. I'm pretty strong and fit, so I can, I've kept working on my obliques and my transverse abdominals, so I can still do a full plank. However, most pregnant women, I'd like to see you drop to the knees. If that gets too strong, you can even take it back a notch and come to all fours. So really important to listen to your body. So what we're watching for here is that there's no. So if you start to see in your plank position, whether it's on the feet or on the knees, if you start to see the belly coming into a bit of a sort of a peak shape, going downwards or upwards if you were lying on your belly and doing a sort of a sit-up thing, which we absolutely avoid. If you notice any peaking, you've most likely got you've absolutely got separation of the abdominal muscles. You need to pull it right back. We can absolutely fix separation of the abdominal muscles after pregnancy, but we want to 100% avoid it as much as we can. So those three options: full plank, only if you're really strong and you've stayed fit throughout your pregnancy. Kneeling plank would be certainly my preference for most clients, or taking it right back to all fours. From there, wherever you are, a couple of options. You can still do your chaturanga and pull through to an upward dog. Obviously, you're not going to lie on your belly and do a cobra. So you're either going to do chaturanga, upward dog, and remembering upward dog is a back bend. So sometimes it doesn't feel nice to be stretching in that back bend, in which case I would like you to do a little push-up with the elbows wide and then just press back on the inhale. So instead of doing exhale and inhale, you'll do exhale and inhale. I'm going to speed this up soon. So from there, press back to your downward dog as you would usually. If you're doing a sun salutation A, then we'll come back to the start. If you're doing a sun salutation B, I'll show you what to do. Now, you'll find it gets really hard to get that leg past the belly and step up to the front of your mat. Two options for you. First option, and this is probably the more challenging option, you can move your hand, so whichever hand that you're going to step the foot, move your hand slightly towards the center of your mat, and then you've got a little bit of space to step that foot around the outside. So that's your option one, slightly stronger. Option two, a little bit easier. Similarly, you might move that hand a little bit and you'll take a few steps to get that foot to the front. You can always drop the back knee instead of coming up into a warrior standing. A nice easy option is a warrior-like pose on your knee. If you're feeling strong, you can still rise up into that warrior pose here. So, stepping back to your downward dog, I'll show you on the other side your two options. You can take the foot out to the side by bringing this hand in a little bit. Inhale. That's the stronger variation. Hands can come down. So same thing, you'll bring the hand on the inside of the foot and then step back to your plank, your kneeling plank, or your all fours position. Your second option was you'll bring that hand in a little and take as many steps as you need to get up there, and then you can either drop to the knee or rise up into your warrior position. So stepping back to downward dog, and then whether you've done A salute or B salute, we're coming back to the beginning. You'll step your feet up to the front of your mat. Take your time, take as many steps as you need to. Inhale, exhale, little forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Now really protect, make sure you're activating your transverse abdominis to protect the lower spine as you inhale and exhale. And that's your sun salutation. I'm going to do two variations. So I showed you a slightly stronger variation and a slightly easier variation. I'm going to go through both of those. We'll do the easier one first, harder one second, a little bit quicker. So we'll do the easier one first, which I didn't show you the first part of the easier one, so I'll show you that now. So if you're quite pregnant and you're finding this forward fold is a little bit difficult, you'll do this variation. So stepping the feet wide. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, Malasana. Beautiful posture for pregnancy. Inhale, step back to your all fours position. Exhale, push up. Inhale, rise up to all fours. Exhale, downward dog. Take your 5 breaths or however many breaths you're taking here. And then you have the option to step the foot forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Step the foot forward. Inhale. And exhale. Step it back to your downward dog position. Step the feet forward. Come to your squat position, and then with strength, inhale, rise up. Exhale, settle. So that's your easier variation. Your stronger variation, feet hip distance apart. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Plenty of space for the baby here. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back to your plank on the feet or plank on the knees. Elbows in, lower down. Inhale, upward dog, if that feels good for you. Exhale, downward dog. I'm going to move my right hand toward the center of the mat. Inhale, step my right foot around the back, turn the back heel down, reach the arms up. Inhale. My feet are a little wider here than they would be normally. Exhale again, it's that idea of making space for the baby. Hand comes to the inside, stepping back to my plank. On the knees or on the feet. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left side. Moving the left hand in. Stepping that foot out nice and wide. Inhale. Exhale. Hand comes to the inside. Step back to your plank. Elbows in, lower down. Inhaling, upward dog. And exhaling, downward dog. Taking however many breaths you're taking here, and then stepping the feet forward. Take as many steps as you need to. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands come to the heart center. There you have it, a couple of options and modifications for your sun salutations. Thanks so much.